Winning Worlds once makes you a legend. Winning it twice in a row, that turns you into a myth. Winning it 3 times in a row, that's the kind of thing people say can't happen in modern League. And yet, here we are. After lifting the Summoners Cup in 2023 and 2024, T1 walk into Worlds 2025 with a chance to do what no team has ever done, a modern three-peat. They've already got 5 world titles, more than anyone in history, and now they're chasing a record that would probably never get broken. But the path isn't a copy-paste. The format is different. The draft rules are different. Even T1 is different. But what will it take to make the three-peat real in China this fall? The dynasty begins with a rookie mid-laner named Lee Faker Sang-hyuk and a team called SK Telecom T1. In 2013, SKT smash through the Season 3 World Championship and sweep Royal Club 3-0 in the final. The crown is theirs, and the legend begins. 2 years later, 2015, they're back, stronger, cleaner, almost inevitable. They beat KOO Tigers 3-1 and become the first team to ever win 2 World Championships. By the end of that event, SKT had gone 15-1 across worlds. Absurd dominance. Then 2016 makes it 3 titles. SKT edge out Samsung Galaxy 3-2 in one of the most intense finals ever, becoming the first 3-time world champions. At this point, it feels like League belongs to them. Dynasties don't stay on top forever. In 2017, Samsung Galaxy flipped the script and sweep SKT 3-0 in Beijing. The Kings bleed, and the rest of the world takes notice. Things get worse. 2018 is the year SKT don't even make Worlds. For a team that defined the sport, that's an identity crisis. The next few years are turbulence, roster changes, meta shifts, and a scene getting faster and more brutal. The G2 rivalry in 2019 stings. The aura of invincibility is gone. Fans remember the 2018 miss as a shock to the system. But dynasties don't die easily, they hibernate. By 2022, T1 have rebuilt around a new core. Zeus, Owner, Faker, Gumayusi, Keria. It's a terrifyingly talented group that rips through the LCK and storms into Worlds 2022, only to suffer a heartbreaking 3-2 loss to DRX in the final. It's pain, pure and simple, but it also hardens them. The message is clear, the next shot they won't miss. 2023. In Seoul, under the brightest lights the game has ever had, T1 crush Weibo Gaming 3-0 to take their 4th world title. Zeus is finals MVP, Faker is back on the throne, the dynasty breathes again. 2024, they defend in London's O2 Arena. T1 beat Bilibili Gaming 3-2 in a thriller to win a record-extending 5th World Championship. Faker claims Finals MVP. That gives T1 back-to-back titles, something no one had done since SKT's 2015-2016 run. At this point, the numbers are silly. Most world titles in history? T1. The longest-running superstar in esports? Faker is now in year 12 and still collecting rings. The dynasty isn't a memory. It's alive. The off-season twist, Zeus, the 2-time Worlds winning top laner, leaves. In comes Duran. The rest of the core remains. Owner, Faker, Gumayusi, Keria, with Smash registered as an additional bot laner for the 2025 campaign. It's not a total rebuild, but it is a new identity in top lane. T1's first big test with the refreshed lineup? MSI 2025 in Vancouver, where they go the distance but fall 3-2 to Genji in the final. It's a bitter pill, but it also confirms the obvious. Even with changes, T1 are still one of the best teams in the world. And that MSI finish matters for world seeding and the story of 2025. Now, on to the main stage. Worlds 2025 returns to China with a full roadmap. Play-in plus Swiss and Beijing, quarters and semis in Shanghai, and the final in Chengdu on November 9th. Total event window, October 14th, November 9th. The stage could not be bigger. And here's the twist that makes 2025 unique. Fearless Draft is officially in for World Series. If a champion is played by either team earlier in a best-of, it's off the table for the rest of that series, forcing deeper pools, real adaptations, and new looks every game. Swiss stays standard, but every BO3 and BO5 uses Fearless. This isn't theorycraft, it's Riot's published format. A quick reality check. Qualification: Worlds 2025 features 17 teams and a tweaked entrance. The play-in includes a best of 5 between the 4th seed of the 2 best MSI regions to earn a Swiss spot. The rest of the field populates the 16-team Swiss stage in Beijing. Shanghai hosts the knockout bracket. Chengdu crowns the champion. All of this is straight from Riot's Worlds announcement. Separately, MSI 2025 results established which regions get 4th seeds and who ends up in that play in BO5. Riot's framing is the top 2 MSI regions, and Liquipedia tracks the specifics for fans following slot math throughout the season. The point is, seeding is earned and the path is narrow. For T1, the takeaway is simple. There's no coasting. Even as reigning back-to-back champs, they must qualify through LCK and then navigate Fearless all the way through. No legacy buffs in draft, no rerunning comfort champs 3 games in a row, just you, your depth, and your prep. On paper, Fearless looks like it should help versatile teams with elite coaching and deep pools. Hello Faker and Keria, but it also removes a safety net. You can't just play your S-tier comfort on repeat, you must show breadth. Faker has played more unique champions on stage than most mids play skirms in a year. That historic depth should be an asset. Keria might benefit the most. He's famous for reinvention and wild pocket picks. Fearless encourages that creativity. Owner and Gumayusi have both shown periods of champion pool expansion. The question is consistency across a 5-game series when the board keeps shrinking. Durant's integration is huge. If he and the staff map out flexible pools and role swap pressure points, T1 can guide series toward favorable 5th games where their prep shines. None of this is theoretical. Riot has formally locked Fearless for BO3, BO5 at Worlds 2025. Teams have been scrimming in it since Split 2. If you're top-heavy or one-dimensional, this is the year you get exposed. You don't go for a three-peat without a target on your back. Gen G, MSI 2025 champions, they already beat T1 in Vancouver in a 3-2 slugfest. Their mid-jungle timings are pristine. And Chovy comes into fall with finals MVP momentum. In Fearless, their depth matters just as much as T1's. LPL contenders. Year after year, the LPL sent teams with enormous mechanical ceilings and wide champion pools. Bilibili Gaming pushed T1 to Game 5 in the 2024 final, and the roster stability plus LPL's best-of grind usually translates in October. LEC wildcards. Europe historically thrives when the meta pushes variety and creativity, both of which Fearless enforces. If a squad can snowball prep and pull off 2 shocks in Swiss, the bracket opens up. It's not about one T1 killer, it's about a bracket where every deep series asks, how many styles can you play today? Let's zoom out for a second. 5 world titles. 2013, 2015, 2016, 2023, 2024. The only team to do 5. The only player to span 12 years at the top and still collect MVP in finals. That's not just success, it's sporting history. A 3rd straight title would do 2 things. It creates a record that might stand for a decade. With the game's speed, global parity, and now Fearless Draft, stringing 3 together is absurdly hard. It redefines what we think a player's prime looks like in esports. Most careers in high APM games burn out fast. Faker's is still writing new chapters. Beijing Smart Esports Center hosts Play-In and Swiss, the first time this purpose-built venue gets Worlds. Mercedes-Benz Arena in Shanghai takes quarters and semis in a relentless no-off-days bracket. And on November 9th, the Dong'an Lake Sports Park Multifunctional Gymnasium in Chengdu will award the cup. Mark the dates, October 14th, November 9th, 2025. If the three-peat happens, that's where history will be carved. Here's the honest, no copium answer. Yes, they can. The core is proven. The staff has navigated more patches and metas than most organizations see in a lifetime. Faker is still elite. Keria remains a metronome for the team. Owner has shown international resilience. Gumayusi has finals experience that few ADCs can match, and if Duran clicks in lane and in mid-late map plans, T1 ceiling stays championship level. But Fearless makes this the hardest attempt yet. You can't ride 3 comfort picks to a trophy anymore. You have to win the series 3 different ways. That's where prep, sports form, and coaching adaptations separate champions from almost champions. And one more reality. As of this script, Worlds qualification is still earned through the LCK. Seeds are determined domestically, with MSI results influencing region slots and the play-in BO5 for the number 4 seeds of the top 2 MSI regions. Nothing is guaranteed, even for defending champs. If T1 win 3 in a row, we stop arguing about eras. We stop comparing across patches and formats. The conversation becomes simple. This is the greatest run in League history, set against the deeper competition under the most unforgiving rules across 12 years of one player's career. The dynasty didn't die, it adapted. So here we go. Beijing opens the door, Shanghai narrows the hallway, Chengdu is the last lock. Fearless Draft will strip away everything but the truth. How many ways can you beat the best teams in the world today? If T1 can answer that 3 times in a row, there won't be any debates left to have. See you in China.